to a News 8 exclusive. Police dogs on the front lines in the fight against the opioid crisis.
News 8's Bob Wilson has a first-hand look at how Hartford police are protecting their four-legged officers during drug busts.
I want to introduce you to two of the hardest working members of the Hartford Police Department. This is Connor right here. He sniffs drugs. And over here, this is Cabot. He's more of a explosive sniffing dog. And as they work, literally their nose is right in the middle of the action. And that's why Hartford is one of the first departments in the state to start carrying Narcan on them for the dogs.
Hartford police are taking down a drug house. SWAT has already been in through the door, and now it's K9 Hondo's turn to sweep for drugs. Inside, they find a large amount of fentanyl that, if ingested even a little, can kill him.
They literally have their face just about right in.
It's obvious the fentanyl can go up through the nose, but it can also be absorbed through the pads on their feet, even if they're walking over trace amounts that have been spilled on the ground. That's why Hartford PD is now carrying Narcan for their dogs.
We want to be mindful of that, look for best practices, employ them, and then, plan for that bad day.
Show me. Show me. Good boy.
Hartford PD has been watching the national trends and is one of the first local police departments in Connecticut to carry the Narcan. K9 Barney, on the force in Tacoma, Washington, did not survive after inhaling a lethal dose of the drugs. But a dog in Florida was saved from an overdose by Narcan. Doctors say it strips the opioid off the brain receptors very quickly and can be administered the same as in people.
Nasal passages, just like in a human. Not much difference in the dosages, but generally based on body weight, but too much is not going to cause any harm. So it has been used effectively on canines.
The Narcan for the dogs is no different than the Narcan for humans. Usually one dose will work, but more will be given depending on how much the dog ingests. Canine handlers are always watching for the first signs and symptoms of a dog overdose.
If they lost consciousness, if they were sluggish, if they weren't eating, they weren't drinking water.
Now, here in Hartford and around the state, they've been talking a lot about the Narcan and the dogs and just how to protect their SWAT teams in general. And they say the more information they can share with each other, the better and safer their dogs will be. We're in Hartford. Bob Wilson, News 8.